that we're looking at and what we want to do, we feel there's an opportunity for this site to also maybe host some kind of private event, private party. So preliminary of what we're doing now is that the facility, that's subject to change, that's not been finalized. They might be open from 11 to 6, so after 6 there might be an event, or there's an opportunity for a private event for an oil company or for a business in the community that wants to have an event for their workers. That's going to be available for them as well. So there's a lot of stuff here that we can work with. So
this room right here that has access from inside the building and outside the building. So it's kind of a long rectangular room that can be used for private parties, for birthday parties, private birthday parties for a water park, annual parties. In the other group we're talking about concession, maybe? Excuse me,
So we could actually have vending here of swimming apparel. At some point we're going to rent some floats for the lazy river. We're going to be able to rent some tents because when we have events out here, there's a swim meet. There'll be an opportunity to rent a big tent where the family can come sit outside, wait for their kids in the swim meet, or they can participate in the lazy river. So there's a lot of things that we have plans for that are just, the sky's the limit. It's just a matter of what our imagination is, what we're looking to bring in revenue, and be a really nice family fun place. So, but this is an opportunity here, and of course the council's the ones who make all the decisions. But originally, guys, this is the actual aquatic center as you came in. I don't know if we put somebody out here, but this is an aerial view of what we're standing in right now. And then, of course, here is the water park in itself. What's amazing is that when I'm out in the community, people ask me, well, what is the swimming pool finished? And I tell them about the lazy river and everything it's about. They don't even know that. So I thought it was important that we share that with you guys as a group today, but also share with the community. So when you get back home, if you can share that, that's going to be really great. But you can see this rendering here that shows that in itself. Okay, so this is what the finished product is. These are in different other areas that are pretty similar to what we're doing. In a minute, we'll go by the tour. We'll show you what exactly is out there. So just to kind of get an idea of where we're at right now and kind of show you what we've done to this point. This right here, and I have a bigger, which is that plan over there. This is the actual water park in itself. In a minute, we'll be going in probably from this side out, from this side over here, right to that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You'll see the slide, you'll see the landing, and you'll see all the greenery that's around here and all the landscaping. These here are called cabanas. They're what, metal roof buildings?
They're shade structures. Basically, they come built in with a table top and bench, and then a shade structure. There'll be about 10 of those. It's changed from that plan a little bit, so they added 3 more.
Okay. And then there's a center focal point there for the kids to grow. There's going to be a big bridge here. So when we get out there, I'm going to explain to you and show you what it is that we're doing out there. This is going to be really great. When the kids of Alice, Texas and surrounding areas see this, they're going to love this. So this is a really big plus for this whole aquatic center. We're really excited about what the opportunities are for revenue to bring in and to help us maintain some of our operations. So let's go take a look at it, see what's happening.
Mayor, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On those cabanas, will residents be allowed to bring food? Will they be allowed to grill in those spaces, or is that something that's going to be had?
Right now we're in the preliminary stages. Everything's out in the open. We want to do something like that. We also have in the back here that we're actually working on which is kind of like a barbecue area with picnic tables. When we get out there, we'll show you what we're planning. But that's a little bit off of here what we're doing. The council came up with the idea that there's maybe an opportunity to do some concert events for right now, because we have a really good space. We've got electrical that's running out here, and it really gives us another opportunity to have a different kind of promotion. So, I mean, when you couple a swim meet with this event, and you couple this event here, and then a possible concert, now you have 3 different things that are going on, right? So again, the opportunities are there. Once the council, and we're really close to doing that, we should know something within the next week of how this is all going to plan out. The rain has killed us. That makes it hard, but we are working on finalizing that and looking at what we're going to do with that. So
that has received very, very little publicity.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Well, just to say a little bit about what the mayor's talking about. This is a preliminary stages, but that's why we have you guys here. That way you can also spread the word out to see what's out here, because a lot of people don't know what's out here.
Yeah, that's a response to there's nothing for our kids to do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. This is, And not only for Alice, but for the other kids in
Surrounding
Benavides and in San Diego.
Not all our kids have the opportunity to
No.
go to
there's,
Texas or Schlitterbahn or.
Exactly.
We can hear a little better in here. So there's three tower. There's one tower, but there's three slides connected to it. So you'll see when you get out there, you can hear me a little better here. And then you have right in here. There's a. This is a shallow entry portion where it just gets deeper to go here. Here's more of a leisure area where you can just lay down or whatever, and watch your kids or whatever. There's also going to be some in here where they can watch your kids and lay right there on some lounges. In this, you'll see this island is already poured, but it's the APU is a play unit that has water shooting out of it. It's going to be in the middle here. And it's also, the top of it is not put on top of it yet because it's been too muddy and the crane can't get in here. But it's also going to be in the middle of this lazy river, you're going to have this water feature also. And then we'll have a bridge that you can go over and underneath when you're in that lazy river.
This is going to be a great area for the handicap ADA. It's from 0 to 4 foot, I believe. So it's going to be great for wheelchairs, people that are handicapped. It's going to be a great accessibility in this area.
Certainly, if I could suggest, as you're looking at all these factors, that while it is important for many of us families that when we come and spend longer time here, barbecuing is part of our culture.
Yes.
But I think to generate revenue and to keep it in here, will the council consider no food coming inside or drinks from outside? That would ensure that there's a greater revenue. And in all other parks, they don't allow food from the outside to ensure that.
And all that.
But having barbecue would be really good. Then you can keep families longer.
All that will be taken into account. We're basically looking at what we call a PKF study. There are some recommendations off of that on what the charge rates are and what we're doing. But we have to be cognizant also and understand that it is a public park. We want to give that to our citizens and our kids. So we have to be careful what we're charging. Not to the point where we're charging too much and we don't have people participating, but we have to make sure that we're bringing some revenue as well, okay? But to the side where we want the kids of Alice, Texas to enjoy it. And there will be opportunities for monthly passes, weekly passes. I'm currently working with several business people to maybe help underwrite some of this, where let's just say, for example, you go to Whataburger, you buy a burger and a Coke, and they'll give a $2 discount, things of that nature. So, there's so many processes that we're working with, so many things that we're doing to help get everybody interested and know that it's going to be a really good family fun event. So, any other questions? Let's move on.
Or whatever is needed, but it's basically just an open big room with restroom, shower. If you want to go in there, there's a restroom and then a shower unit for a coach that might need it. There's some storage closet here. Be able to store some timing equipment for the races that they'll have periodically. The pool, don't ask me how many gallons. It's competitive, legal competitive pool. It is UIL qualified. And so it will have a bulkhead. I don't know if you've ever seen the Natatorium corpus. It's got a bulkhead that goes across where they have the end of the race. So it'll be from the deep end over there and this way. It'll have a bulkhead somewhere across there, probably around 2/3 of the way this way. And they'll have most of the races in that length. There's also opportunity for just daily swimming at certain hours when there's not a competition, maybe during the week, in the weekend competitions. There's going to be three diving boards. One of them taller than the other two, like a 10-meter, and another one's 5 meters, something like that. And then there's going to be some diving where the kids set up and they launch from. They'll be on two sides, on the end and on one of the sides. They'll be that way. It'll be built like that. Down on that far end is where you're going to have a scoreboard that'll give us the race times for each lane. And this window here is for the purpose, I guess, of the coaches to be able to see what's going on, or whoever see what's going on. The timing system is pretty state of the art. Not much to it. A lot of it's just connected up, and they have a control panel, and they'll set it up probably on the far end over there. And the officials will probably be at the table where the control panel is. These openings The whole facility, this is air conditioning, believe it or not, not right now, but it's air conditioning in here. This is the only wing that has air conditioning. The natatorium is ventilated. It's non-air conditioned, but it is ventilated. If you look up high, you'll see that it's got some vents along there, rigid clear storage, where there's venting there, so all the heat will release up to that area for the most part. And then you do have glass front here. Now, almost all but 4 of these, there are 4 of these that you see next to the center one. There's 2 on each side of the center one. They're going to have an operable partition system where, kind of like at Padre Island high-end homes, they have these accordion type folding partition. They're glass and aluminum. They're very nice. They're pretty heavy duty too, and they're windstorm compliant too. But you open them up and you let more in. So you can open up to 8 on the whole facility to let more cross breeze in if you need it. So it's not going to be a problem. I don't think I've ever, however hot it is out there, I think with the breeze and the shade, you're going to be fine in here at all times, especially in the water there. That's going to help. There is continuous radiant heaters that project down, so when it is cold and you got it all closed up, the concrete around the pool surface will be heated up nicely. So nobody's going to freeze out here with those heaters there. And then you have the lighting. Is mostly the lighting. It'll be. You see where those lights are right now? Just hanging. Those are temporary. Will be suspended down, and they'll be shooting up and reflecting down off that white ceiling. So it'll be really nice and lit up. The plaster is going to be a kind of a off-white, or pretty much white plaster in here. There's only certain finishes that you can put on the plaster. So for competition, you have to be able to visually see. So about halfway up the wall on the ends, there's louvers. Those are mechanical louvers. You'll be able to, with the chain, just pull them up or down, however much you want them. That's additional venting for air ventilation.
So it's going to be well ventilated.
Yeah, it should be. You should have no problem.
One question, Mr. President. Do you have the same facility for the home and visitors, visitors?
Well, the other one is a little smaller. It's next door.
Okay.
And half side further than this.
So
one bathroom.
So each team will have their own.
We just have a home and away. That's all it says on the plan. So however they want designated, men coaches, women coaches, whatever. However you want to break it up. Whatever. Kind of have to give us the, you may say, well, this is where the concession, the gift shop is going to be part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference.
And the floating catwalk across, right?
Mr. Mayor,
The bulkhead, yes. It's very heavy, but
Be able to be moving.
it will slide. It will slide for the different competitions. You could actually slide it to the very end and
Have two swim meets going on at the same time.
Yes, you can have shorter races. You can have diving on one end and racing over here, stuff like that.
do you foresee at this point in some of the discussions, the possibility when it's not being used for competition, other uses like, not that I will come at 6 in the morning, but some may use it because there's no nearby pool for 6 to 8 coming and do your workout before you go to work. Are you looking into those kinds of things?
Absolutely. We've actually had discussions with some of the, maybe Casa Vial and other organizations that want to bring some elderly people for some aquatics and for some therapy.
Some therapy here?
So we feel that there's an opportunity for them to do that, so we can negotiate with them prior to or late evening. So the facility won't be from 11 to 6, there'll be project prior to and then probably after. So it could be occupied the whole day. In our discussions with the management company and what they want to do, there's an opportunity for a water polo tournaments for as well. There's a lot of people that want to participate in those water polo tournaments. Some people even suggested that there's some people that want to do scuba diving training, okay? And swimming lessons and just a variety of things. So, our first few months in our first opening, we're going to be going through, okay, what works, what doesn't work, and then kind of building on that and see where we're at. So, because this facility is second to none in the Coastal Bend area, this is going to be a really attractive place. My understanding is that even the one in Corpus Christi is nice, but not as nice as this one. So, there's a lot of pluses towards that, and the fact that we're located on the hub, which is the 44 and the 281 corridor, makes it easily accessible for people from Laredo, from the Valley, from even San Antonio to come, because our facility will be really, really good. So I know that Fidel was talking about, I'm thinking probably in the next 2 weeks, if God helps us with time, the deck will be poured here. Dixie mentioned something about the bleachers. Those will be, I think, along the wall mark. Am I correct?
There'll be aluminum portable bleachers, so you can, whoever maintains it can roll them out of the way.
Yeah.
Roll them out. There is on the other side of that wall is a storage, bigger room than any of them we've had here. Twice as big as, 3 times as big as the one that we first walked in, and it's basically it's going to be storage for the whole facility. So they got enough places over there. Most of the bleachers they're not that wide, so you could leave them out. But if for whatever reason they get in the way, they would be rollable, and you can get them out of the way.
What is the seating capacity with those bleachers?
There's the bleachers that we're looking at right now are only like 3 rows. I've seen some with 4 rows, and they're about 12 feet. So I don't know, you probably got 20 people per. So it just depends on how many you want to put out there. Some tournaments or swim meets they take a lot of fans. So you might, it's a matter of just ordering them, and then they'll ship them out within 5-7 days, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people bring their own fold-up chairs as well.
That's up to the manager whether they're going to allow that, but that's a good idea, I think.
From a safety, we use CC Athletic a lot, and they don't have near as much room there for the spectators.
It's also going to have chairs, handicap chairs.
Yes, if you're handicapped, you'll be able to get in the pool. We have a lift that drops people.
Who's responsible for the lifeguards, both in the pool as well as in the
Contracting that we're going to do for the RFP on the management company, they will be submitting bids to us and involving the hiring of the lifeguards. They will present to us a total project with a management person that will be running the facility. They will set the pay scales, and they will set not only for the lifeguards, but also for the manager that's going to be running the facility. He's the one that's going to be setting up all the logistics. But right now, that's in the process of being submitted as a bid. We're going to be looking at that probably in the next week. Because when we get this place finished, we're going to have to turn it over really quick. We're going to probably need them here 30 days or 40 days before. Get all the pool ready, get the water, everybody adjusted, the transition, the turnover. So there's a lot of work to do prior to opening. So God can bless us and stop in the rain for a little bit. We get all the outside work, then we're going to be where we need to be. But we're going to be really hard pressed to get everything in, but we're trying really, really hard to do that. Any other questions, guys? I know it's hot in here. We'll go outside a little bit and get some air.
This is the manager's office over here back in the corner away from everybody. But he does have a window here. He has windows here at their use. So they can see what's going on outside. We're going to walk through the girls' locker room.
Yes.
All of you too.
You're hired.
Believe it or not, there's about 100 lockers in here, so there's a lot of capacity. The lockers are non-corrosive; they're very top of the line lockers. They won't very durable. Then you have, of course, showers to rinse off, and then you have a handicap shower and men's area, the water closet, and the sinks over here. So the epoxy floor is very nicely done. Good color coordination looks like, and so I think they'll enjoy this a lot. Probably, but glad to have it.
Just going outside.
We have boys, of course, on the other side. It's more blue tone.
Yeah.
Will they be required to bring their own locks, or will?
More likely, this depends on the manager and the city how they want to run it. But they may, if they have a membership for the year or somebody comes in swims daily, they want their own lock, I'm sure. But that's an opportunity for selling locks or passing out locks, and, another fee maybe. I don't know. That's why I'm going to get the miscellaneous slides and all the platforms. be put in. So I didn't mention, but we do have fixed skylights. It also helps with the lighting. Helps us now when it's sunny, but it'll be very well lit at night. We'll have plenty of light with the.
We won't have to be turning on the lights on.
It's city water. But there's a lot of equipment on that mechanical wing that's going to help filter the water. But we hope by then that the water's. We're going to have to test it to make sure before we put it on the equipment.
They said they walk this way.
So if you see the slides, this is what that slide
it's been revised from that a little bit, so you see the other slide comes actually down.
Got another one coming down.
Yeah, the two are similar to that.
Maybe in the future, they can put a walking track when the kids can swim and the parents can exercise or something.
That's a good possibility.
Yeah.
It's a good possibility. Should we try to walk that way today and show them what the opportunity is? To give you a different perspective of what we have out here, we have a really nice natatorium, but we also have a really nice water park. And I'm very optimistic and excited, and I know the council is as well, that this is going to be something for our kids and our youth to be able to enjoy, and the parents as well. So this is a great project. It's going to take a little work, but I don't think anybody's scared of some work. We're going to do some really good planning. We're going to make sure this thing works for City of Alice. There would be no one else like it that has one like this in this area. I'm very, very proud of that. Thank you guys, we appreciate it. The proposed amphitheater is directly straight back to that one, okay? We're looking at that project. Of course, we want to make sure that the funding is there, that we don't raise any more money for taxpayers, make sure everything is where we need to be at. So we're getting this facility done, and then we'll start looking at those other things as well. So a lot of things in play here, but we got to make sure what we do right, and not spend a lot of money, but make sure we can work something out.
Exactly. Either approved it already, or
That proves it.
That's good water.
Nice and cold. Nice and chill.